going back to back, just how's that feel?
It's pretty incredible. Being there 3 years in a row was really special. There was a lot of pressure going into yesterday, though. I feel like Trey, Bob, and I have had the kind of careers here that have proven ourselves to be winners, and I just felt like it was so important that we go out on top. I didn't want to be remembered as a team that was there 3 years and only won once. So there was a little added pressure there for us, I think, right there. But yeah, going back to back was really special.
After what happened your sophomore year, how big are these last 2 years for you to sort of redeem yourself?
Yeah, you know, Bobby and I were talking last night. It just seems like it was so long ago. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, it's just, it really is. It's just redemption. I mean, I don't even think about it anymore. You know, I'll never forget the day it happened, and the days after that. I really struggled with it. Because I felt like I played well enough to win the match, and just didn't do the things that I needed to do to win. And you just felt like I let so many people down, my team, the university, and but yeah, I mean, with what's happened the last 2 years, it's just a little bump in the road now. It's pretty awesome the way it's turned out.
As a senior, can you just talk about how far you've seen this program come in your time here?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. It's the reason I came here. I felt like Alabama had the resources and the capability to become a national power, but hadn't reached that yet. And I know that's why me, Bobby, and Trey came here. And yeah, I mean, to leave here with the record we had and what we've achieved, it's pretty special.
Has it sunk in yet that it's over? I mean,
not really. I mean, we all kind of embraced last night. It was the last night we were all going to spend the night in the apartment. We've lived the last 3 years. I'm sure it will here in a couple of weeks once we're all turning pro and going our separate ways and trying to make a living out of it.
You've grown as a golfer at the university.
You know, I was a hothead when I came to school. I had a real short temper. Coach Steele really helped me with that. He got that out of me pretty quick in the fall of my freshman year. So I've become a lot more relaxed on the golf course and just more accepting of everything that happens, whether it be good or bad. Golf's a hard sport. You just have to go along and take it one shot one day at a time. One thing that we really said a lot toward the end of this semester, one of Coach Saban's sayings is, be where your feet are. Yeah, so just right where you are that time, that's all that matters. Focus on that, and everything else will take care of itself.
How big was Mike this year for your game, and also just having him out there on the course?
It was great. You know, I have so much respect for Coach McGraw. I narrowed my college selection down to Oklahoma State and here because of the coaches. They were my two favorite people through recruiting, and I just trusted them the most. Picked Alabama over Oklahoma State because of what I mentioned earlier about the program not being established, feeling like we could make a mark that would be forever remembered, whereas Oklahoma State has had people do that before. But yeah, I was just so thrilled when Coach McGraw got hired. I just felt like he was going to be so beneficial for the team, and he was so much different than I ever thought he'd be. And I think Coach asked him to be different than he was. I think he'd grown a little hardened and almost robotic, and he changed back to that 7th grade social studies teacher that he was in Oklahoma. I mean, fun, we could joke with him. We just felt so comfortable around him. Obviously, all the success he had at Oklahoma State, he brought a wealth of knowledge to this team. He was instrumental this week in our success, having all the Big 12 championships that have been played at Prairie Dunes. I mean, he's walked, I think, 60 rounds around that golf course. So he really knew, he'd gotten and walked the course. He knew where we had to hit it and where we couldn't hit it, and it really helped us.
You guys lose Justin, but just plug in Robbie.
Yeah.
I don't miss a beat. How big was Robbie?
Oh, he was awesome. I mean, wow. It was really spectacular what he did this year. Yeah, it's funny. I came in as a freshman, felt like I had a pretty good freshman year, and I've had 2 freshmen on teams since then that just blew that year right out of the water, and it's been awesome to see. Robbie's such a hard worker. He does everything right, and he's a great player. You know, what he did yesterday was amazing. I mean, I came up 16 and saw Coach McGraw, and I was like, how about the freshman pulling it out? And he just looked at me and said he buried 9 of his last 13. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, really? But now, I said this yesterday. I didn't think I could ever have so much faith in a freshman as I have in him. You know, he was down in I think every one of his matches pretty early, and I was never concerned about it. was like, he'll get it turned around at some point. Not sure when, but we'll be fine. And he did it every time. It was really awesome to see.
Thanks.
Thanks.